But today, this is exciting. I am headed over to Hobby Lobby because I need to pick up a picture frame. Because I received in the mail a wonderful gift, and I need to put it in a picture frame. And I don't know why I always default to Hobby Lobby. Call up the Amazon peoples on the computer file and say, clickety click, send me a picture frame such and such big, and they'd send it over. I don't know why I always go back to the same places. It's kind of old-fashioned to run down to a store to pick up some, but I don't know. I'm old-fashioned too, so I wonder if there's anything that you do. There is probably now a more modern, convenient way to do something, but you feel like a comfort. Do you feel like a comfort when you do something kind of the old-fashioned way, that maybe it's a little bit less efficient as well? I got this hat on because it's been raining off and on all weekend. We've been getting some good rain, which we need it. I find that instead of taking an umbrella, if it's just lightly sprinkling or something, I'll just wear a wide brim hat. They're very good in the rain. They're insulated on cold days, and they're pretty comfortable on hot days. They handle the rain very well. They don't get ruined like a nice felt hat does. These wool ones can take anything. They're fireproof. Did you know wool is fireproof? A wool blanket's really good at a campfire because they don't burn. They get a spark on them or something. So, wool, the miracle material, the miracle fabric. So anyway, we're going to run down here and grab a picture frame, and when I get back to the house, I'll show you what I received in the mail and what we're getting the picture frame for. It's very exciting. You're going to love it. Wait till you see. Wait till you see. Well, I got ahead of my way. I'm excited. Very excited. And when I get back, I'll do an unboxing and opening up with you, and you'll see it, and it'll be awesome. All right, that was a successful trip, and we made it back, and I was able to find a nice frame. And let's open up our amazing package here and see what our friend CL Fantasy Waves has sent us. This is awesome. Wow. This is a nice foam board protector here. You got a manila folder, and inside of it is, wow, looks like a card and a certificate of authenticity. Well, how super cool is this? I don't have very many things with certificates of authenticity. Let's look at the cute little card with the little sticker on the back with the little kitty cat stamp. We gotta save that. Thank you. With a very sweet note inside from CL. Now let's take a peek at what's in here with the... What do you guys think it is? What do you think it is? I know what it is. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? It's that beautiful dragon watercolor. Wow. Signed by CL. I had told her in the video how much I loved it. And it's mine. Outstanding. Original artwork. That's the way to go, folks. That's the way to go. There we go. How awesome is this, you guys? CL, you are the best. There's your signature down in the corner. Happy little dragon over here. There we go. Perfect. And now I can see the little dragon all the time. Awesome. The week is off to a great start. Well, good morning. I am out in the garden, and it's, what is this, Tuesday? Tuesday. And I was out watering as usual, and I noticed that some of my marigolds heads have been bent over. They've turned brown, and they're now brown enough to be looking down. And I thought this is a good time to show you quickly, when you're deadheading, that is when you're removing the dead flower heads from your marigolds, you want to wait until they've bent themselves like this, and they detach very easily when you do that. They come right off. If you think that they're brown and they're dead, but they're still pointing up like this one, might be hard to see, but this one's still pointing up. It is brown, but if I go to pull it off, it's actually going to resist a little bit. It might actually pull the whole stem out. So I'll just wait until they start to basically be nodding their head down, and when they're pointing their head down, that's when I'll grab them. There's one right here. They come off with no resistance whatsoever. That's how you know you got them at the right time. And then I'm going to show you how to get the seeds out of these dead heads and be ready to plant more. I've got so many marigolds now. I've gotten to where I'm giving them away. I've sent some to my daughter, and she's got a nice plant started. I gave some to my friend $100 Eric. Once you get a plant this big, and I've probably got 15 plants this big in the house, this will create like 1,000 seeds, something this big. So at some point you might just want to like have an open field somewhere where you can start scattering your extra marigold seeds, because you're going to have more than you know what to do with. So like I said, I'll ignore the ones that are pointing straight up still, and when they start to bend their head down and look down, once they're looking down, that's when I grab them. So you can see I've got a little bit more than I know what to do with. And by the way, if it's a pro tip, if you want a good nice little garden kneeling mat, I just use an old Amazon cardboard box. God knows we have more than we need of those things. All right, so you're going to want a container to put your seeds in. I've got a Ziploc because I'm going to be giving these away to some folks. But you can see I've got, I don't know, 100 or so of these things. Now the way this works is you just grab onto the top head and pull it out, and you'll see what comes out is, I don't know, 40 or 50 little seeds right there. And you're just going to want to sort of separate them down into your container. It might be easier just to use a cup or something and then later put those in. So pull these guys out, separate those, throw them in my container, and then after you've pulled out the head, on the inside of the pod, there's still another 50 or so seeds in there. You want to get all those out. Pull the head. I just like to split them open like that, kind of spread them apart and break out all the seeds. Since they're nice and dry, they're going to come out really easy, crispy and loose and flaky and fluffy. So there we go. That's how we harvest a few dozen heads of marigold seeds. And like I said, I've got marigolds. I've got some other plants too, trust me, I do. I was laughing with Tiffany over at Have Fun in Nature. She was like, I don't want any plants I can't eat. I don't want anything I can't eat. Well, I like flowers, so maybe that's just me. Anyway, let's continue our week, and I'll catch up with you when we're doing something else interesting.
Happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing? And can you hear me? If somebody can confirm that you can hear me, that would be awesome. My name is Rob. If this is your first time here, welcome to Tuesday's live.
Well, it is a rainy Wednesday morning as I leave the original Pancake House here, our traditional weekly morning breakfast spot. Let's adjust this camera. I've got a new camera mount for the car here, arriving from our friends at the Jungle website. It's arriving later today, and I'm looking forward to using it. It's supposed to, you know how on your dashboard sometimes people put like a MagSafe magnet for their phone? And I've used it before when I film with my phone, but here, let me show you what I'm using. I'm going to grab my phone and record a quick video of what I'm doing, how silly this is. This is not the greatest layout in the cup holder here. Yeah, so that's not the greatest setup in the world. But there is a MagSafe mount on my dashboard. You ever get mustache in your mouth, ladies? Probably not. The ironic thing is I had a nice magnetic mount and I couldn't find it. I've lost it. A really nice magnetic clip for this camera. It was great, and I lost it. I've lost it, and I'm really frustrated. I looked all over in every camera bag and camera setup and every collection of camera-related gear. I'm sure it'll turn up after the new one arrives. Anyway, leaving breakfast on a Wednesday morning on a rainy Wednesday, which is great. I'm all for it. We need some rain. It's springtime. Technically, it's still spring, and so I'm all for rain in the springtime. Makes the whole world green. But I've got a few things I want to accomplish today. I've got a few projects, a few errands. As you can guess, I'm going to have to run over to Publix because I do my shopping, my grocery shopping in very small quantities, as I explained to you earlier. I was thinking about this at breakfast. What do you do? What's your go-to move when somebody in a crowd of people or a group of people is dominating the conversation? How do you handle that? When one person's doing all the talking and doing more of the talking maybe than is really like their share they should be. What's your go-to? How do you handle that? What's the right thing to do? I tend to just let them go and let them ramble and take over the entire conversation and sort of let them handle. Eventually, they probably peter themselves out. Maybe not. Maybe they don't always. Oh, it just occurred to me, if I open up the sunroof, boom, I bet I get a lot better lighting effect in here. Hey, that might be better. Except you can see my male pattern hair loss. I don't care. I'm a male. I identify as a male pattern hair loss guy. It's part of my brand, don't you know? But that would be funny. I bet you out there's somebody's got a YouTube channel whose brand is being bald guy. That would be funny. I don't care. But throughout the day today, I'll be bringing you along on a few errands as we get a few things done today. Should be cool. But you know what it is? It's Wednesday. And you know why I like Wednesday? Because Wednesday night I do my live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern every week. Maybe I'll even take you guys along for the live stream and show you me starting the live stream. That'd be pretty funny. Looking forward to that. I will see you next time I press record on this camera. And maybe I'll have a better phone, a better car mount for it by then. Maybe that thing will have arrived. Probably not. It's probably going to say out for delivery all day and show up like at 8 p.m. All right, I'll see you next time I press record on this camera. All right, well, welcome back to an even rainier midday Wednesday here. I got the camera mounted over here now. The magnetic clip thing, not nearly strong enough to stay on the MagSafe thing, the phone mount, like I was hoping. But I did find a nice place up here I can clip it, so let's hope that it's not too shaky. I'll tell you what's funny, I was on a conference call for work there, and the same thing happened that I was talking about at breakfast, where one person sort of dominates the whole entire conversation. Just one person seemed to be, taking up all the air in the room type of thing. It's a conference call, so, you're there to speak, and I get it, but the funny thing is, you can ask AI in a call to like summarize the call, repeat something you just missed, or tell me what was said in the last 5 minutes. Maybe you needed to step away for a second, anything like that. So there's this AI that's listening to the conference call the whole time that'll catch you up to date on anything they're talking about, right? And the funny thing is, at the end of the call, I asked the AI, please calculate how long each participant spoke in the call as a percentage of the hour. And I didn't think it was going to be this high, but one of the people was, 48% of the hour was over 25 minutes, one person. So, but to this guy's credit, nothing he said was pointless. Nothing he said was not needed. All of his points were salient and insightful. But it was funny to listen to the organizer keep telling him, hey, I appreciate the conversation, but we need to reach several other points and we need to talk about several other things. So I just thought it was funny that I talked to you about that this morning after breakfast, and then I got on a call today for work that was the same thing. When it rains, it pours. So I thought you'd get a kick out of that. All right, I got to get yogurt and apples. A couple other small things, I think. Should be a quick trip. I want to show you what this clip is all about. The nice thing about this clip, let me fire up my phone so I can take another quick little video to show you. Here you are. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about, how nice this is. With this DJI disconnect system, it's magnetic, and it's got a couple of little hard clips, so it just clips right in. But you push these two side tabs, and pow, it comes right out. It's so much nicer than the GoPro. With the GoPro method, you would have to unscrew this entire thing and pull this out, and then when you put it back together, you'd have to get that whole arrangement done. But DJI's got this magnetic clip-in system, which is so much nicer and so much more convenient. It's so much better. So I don't know why more people don't do that. I don't know why GoPro doesn't adopt something like that. Probably Patented. All right, well, off we get. A little rainy. I should have brought my hat. What happened to my wide brim hat I was talking about? I said to bring a wide brim hat when it's raining, and then today I forgot it. Oh well. All right, it is Wednesday night, which means it's time for my live stream. Time is 1:45, and I like to go live a little bit early and hang out with the cool kids as the cool kids table. So I've got my computer set up and ready to live stream here. I'm gonna show you a couple cool things, though. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a better view here. So I've got my light up there, and I'm gonna hit my stream deck down here. My stream deck, I will go into the lights and hit this button, which brings that light up really nice. And then for my stream deck, I've got some buttons pre-programmed. So we've got this one ready to go. That's a good view. That's the welcome to the pre-show. And then I've got another light right back here. I'll turn that on. Kind of lights me from behind a little bit. So on screen, we've got that light that I just turned on is right there. So when I go live, you'll be able to see me click the live stream, and I'll leave you on for just a second while we say hi to the people. Get the microphone. Let's bring the microphone over here. Make sure it's not muted. Yep, that's good. All right, why don't we just go ahead and click the live stream, go live now. We're gonna hit the button and do it. And we are live. Welcome to the Cool Kids table. And I'm here before anybody else, which is great because I wanted you folks who are here with me on the camera to be able to see this. And we won't know if people are here until they start trickling in and showing up on the comment section. So we're basically going to be waiting to see them in the comments. Hi there, Mike. How are you? Good to see you, buddy. Did you get home okay? Or are you still driving? Somebody else is in the room. Trickling. Oh, it's Tracy. Hi, Tracy. How are you doing? Good to see you. So this is our pre-show. We're just hanging out before we get official and get fancy. And I am actually filming you guys with my camera that I use to make my weekly video. I'm bringing you guys along for my entire week, and I figured it's Wednesday night. I got to bring you along and show you. I got to go live on camera. Debbie Sue's probably laughing at me, but I don't care. Well, hello there, Grizzly. How are things going in the Great White North? All right, well, it's 8 o'clock. What do you guys say we get this party started? Welcome to the Winning the Week live stream and podcast. I'm here to promote optimism and reframe all of our troubles into wins. We are finding... Well, good morning and happy Thursday. We are nearly all the way through the week today, and we had a really awesome, fantastic live stream last night. What a great time. I love spending all that time with you folks. Any of you who can join the live stream and chime in on the chat, it's really, I look forward to it all week. It might be my favorite part of the entire week. And I hope you feel the same way. I am headed over to the local tag and title place here in town. I'm going to be transferring my vehicle, not this Jeep, but my older vehicle, Ford, to my son. I've decided to basically give it to him. It might mean, I don't know how it works. Maybe I have to sell it to him for $1. I don't know. I'm taking the title over there, and I'm going to transfer that vehicle to him. He has a really nice car. He's got a nice Mazda Miata, although they don't call it the Miata anymore, but it's a really cool sports car. But he doesn't want to put a lot of miles on that. He's been putting a lot of miles on it, taking it to work, and he doesn't want to continue to do that. We don't really need the two vehicles. I think it would be better served. The vehicle would be better used in his hands. And I can still borrow it every once in a while if I needed to. He's the only one who still lives at home with us. If you don't know, I have 6, and they're all grown. And he's the youngest. And he's the only one still living at home. I had 2 beautiful daughters in the early 90s. And then we had 4 boys after that. And everybody's doing great. They're all awesome. And all living their wonderful lives. The girls and the oldest boy have all moved up into the Carolina, Virginia region. and seem to be loving it, which is ironic because that's where I moved from when I was 20 years old. I moved down to Florida from Northern Virginia, so I guess I've sent back what I took. But my youngest, I'm going to be handing my other vehicle over to him. For, like I said, it's probably gonna be like a $1 sale or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how all that works. But I'm gonna go over to the tag agency here and take care of that, and then he'll just have to assume the insurance for that, and it'll be his vehicle. He might end up selling the Miata. I don't know if he wants to keep that or not. It's a cool car, but like I said to him, if you miss it, you can always buy another one again. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but you know, I was thinking the other day about how some people have these negative internal thoughts. And I was thinking about this on a live stream. Somebody on a live stream I was part of, they were saying they have these negative internal thoughts. Sometimes they feel suicidal. Sometimes they feel like doing destructive things, and they hear internal thoughts to do destructive things. And they felt like that makes them a bad person, right? But it doesn't exactly work like that. You are not what you think. The person you are is what you do. You are the actions you take, not the thoughts that you have. That's my encouragement to you, is that, you know, if you think you're a bad person because you have bad thoughts and you have negative internal conversations or thoughts, etc., that creep into your mind, it doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. If you don't act on those negative thoughts, and you know that that would be wrong, that actually makes you a good person. I think everybody has, you know, these negative, intrusive thoughts that creep in. You know, if you're a religious person, you can believe that the great enemy is whispering in our ear, telling us negative things. And if you're not a religious person, you know, you can also perhaps believe that human nature in itself is just flawed and broken. And these negative thoughts will intrude into our minds. But the person we are is how we act. If we choose, if we make a willful choice not to act on negative, intrusive thought, that's being good. That's being a good person. I just want to leave that with you. You're not a bad person just because you have bad thoughts. You're a good person. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing if you don't act on them. All right, I have arrived at my destination, so let me swing inside here real quick, find out what I need to do. I have my wide brim hat on. I remembered this time because it is a little wet outside and sprinkly. So let me run inside and see what I need to do and what I need to take care of, and I'll catch you on the flip side, Jones. Who's Jones? Okay, just leaving the tag agency office. Some very nice folks. You know, they've been open for 30 years in this town. And yes, I prefer to go to a local private tag agency, private business, rather than like the state-run chaos office that they have. You pay a courier's fee to use these folks. It's a convenience fee, really. Basically, it's how much would you be willing to pay to not have to visit the government office? I would pay a lot not have to deal with the government office. But as I figured, it was going to be a very simple, easy transfer, very easy. Sell the vehicle him for $1. He'll pay sales tax on $1, basically. And then he'll have to pay for the new title to be issued. Very simple. And their fee is reasonable. It's under $50 for their part of it. It's listed as a courier fee. I would pay triple that to stay out of having to go down to the DMV or whatever it's called. They don't call it a DMV in our state. Department of License Tags and I don't know. But I'm glad that's over with. And my son just needs to drop by and sign some stuff, and then it'll be done. It'll be his. What was the other thing I was thinking about? I wanted to tell you about something else. Oh, I won't say who, but I was watching somebody's live stream, and they were talking about on their live stream. They're talking about they wanted to find themselves. They needed to take some time to find themselves. It reminded me of, one of my heroes, Scott Adams. I used to watch his podcast live stream all the time, every day. And he kind of is the one who first inspired me to be an optimistic, uplifting, positive person. He had this saying that you don't find yourself, you author yourself. If you can keep that in mind, you don't go out searching the world trying to find yourself. You decide who you're going to be, and you write that person. You author yourself. So that's not my wisdom. That's the great Scott Adams. Very optimistic and positive person. A lot of people saw him and thought he was extremely negative and pessimistic, and they had a negative outlook on life. He certainly didn't at the end. I'll tell you, before he passed away, he was the most positive and optimistic I'd ever seen him. But I want to leave that with you here on this Thursday morning, that you don't need to find yourself. You need to author yourself. Decide who you want to be and write that person. Become that person. Create that person. All right, I will talk to you in a little bit later. We've got a few more things to do today. So I'll talk to you again when I next press record on this camera, okay? Is that a deal? It's a deal. I'll see you then. And we're back. Just a quick little errand to run here. I have a envelope that I am mailing out to somebody. It's stickers and magnets, and it's winging its way up to the panhandle of Florida. If you want stickers and magnets, by the way, they're free. I would love to send you some of my stickers and magnets for free. There's a link in the video description. It takes you to a little Google form. Just fill it out. That tells me where to send them. And I will spend my own little freedom stamps, forever stamps, to send that to you. I would love to do that and share that with you. But one thing I want to tell you about right now is a really cool new project or series. This was Lori's idea, so we can blame her. Lori from Lori's Soul Circle, the YouTube channel. This is another fine mess she's gotten me into. Her idea was, here I am all week long telling you how I'm winning my week and taking you on a little ride along. And, one way I'm winning my week is that this dummy in front of me here is not turning, even though you can turn right on red in this state. And there's no one blocking I'm in a right turn lane, and the person here is just sitting here waiting for a green light like a big dummy. But, it's not ruining my day. It's not bringing me down. I'm not honking my horn at them and screaming at them and yelling at them. I'm just being patient, because maybe this idiot going slow, and now they're taking the turn at literally 1 mile an hour. Who knows? For all I know, a mile down the road, I would have been in a car crash and an accident if it wasn't for that moron driving like a idiot. If I had hurried them and gone past them and sped up, maybe I would be in a position to get in a head-on collision down there, and now I'm going to be clear. But okay, let's get back to my project. Lori's idea, boy, that was a rabbit trail. Lori's idea is that here I am telling you all week how I'm winning my week, but what if you told me how you are winning your week? I want you to pull out your phone, go to the camera app, go to video, and record like a minute of yourself telling me, "Hi Scott, here's how I'm winning the week." And then just tell me something you're doing to stay optimistic, something to stay positive, some way of looking on the bright side of life, recognizing that the glass is half full. The glass is not really half full. It's not half empty and it's not half full. It's completely full. It's half full of water, half full of air. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. It's full. It's just full of two different things. Boy, another rabbit trail for you right there. I'm the king of the rabbit trails today. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to pull out your phone. I want you to film a 1-minute video or so, whatever it takes. Tell me who you are. Tell me where you're from. And tell me how you're winning your week. Tell me what you're up to, and maybe something was bugging you, like that moron driver that I was behind a second ago. Or maybe there's something at work or in your family life that's getting you down. but I want you to tell me how you are winning your week. I'm really looking forward to seeing these. And then the idea is that I'm going to then collect a few of those and I'll put them in my next video. I've already heard from Peter Urbanowski, and he teaches people how to make videos. He said he's going to do it. And I think that Ali G, who's a fisher person, fisher woman, fisher lady up in the Space Coast, I think she's going to make one for me. And a few of the others. But I want you to do it. So pull out your phone, go to the camera app, turn on video, press record. Don't worry about making mistakes. Don't worry about embarrassing yourself. Embarrassing yourself in public is the best thing you could possibly do for your ego. When you learn to accept and enjoy being embarrassed, you become impossible to embarrass. Your ego becomes bulletproof. Not in a bad way. I don't mean you become egotistic, but your ego, your ability to be intimidated is eradicated. So that's what we're going to do now. You pull out your phone, record me a little message. There's an email address and the channel description. You can send me an email, or if you want, you can jump in Discord and private message me. Reach out to me some other way, however you want. I've got another moron right here who's decided that he wants to go 10 miles an hour on a 45-mile-an-hour road. You know what, folks? It takes all kinds of people to make a society, right? They walk among us. They have no brain. They walk among us. And they vote. Anyway, I'm almost up to the post office here. And boy, it seems like 2 weeks in a row I went to the post office and brought you along. So I'll mail my package out here to my friend up on the Gulf Coast in the Panhandle. And then I'll catch up with you the next time I reach out and press record on this camera. All right? All right. Off we get. Well, good morning. It is Friday. And I think when I last left you, I was at the post office. Funny story, walking back out of the post office, I was accosted by a gentleman who was confused by the numbers on my shirt, and he wanted to know what they meant, and I told him he needed to guess first, and he said, well, it's not 8675309, so I'm not 100% sure. Well, so, you know, one of the reasons I like to wear shirts with t-shirts like that when I'm out about that have obscure references on them is it's a conversation starter. It gets people talking to you. Somebody will start up a conversation and ask about it, and it's a conversation starter. It's a way to meet new people, right? So I'm out in the garden here. As my wife says, I'm escaping the suburbs in my own backyard. This is part of my morning ritual. I come out and I feed the birdies. I have some bird feeders here. I got a bunch of bird seed. Let's grab a scoop here. 1 cup. That's what I give them every day. So let me go feed my birdies here. I've got a friend who has some birds, you know, bird cage type birds. Real pretty. Parakeets, parrots, things like that. And I don't have any birds in the house. I have a ton of birds that come and visit me here at my bird feeder every day. By the way, I see on the camera here that these lights, these fairy lights that I've strung around the yard are slowly fading on and off on the camera. They're not doing that in real life. That's just a function of the rolling shutter speed thing that happens. Disregard the flashing and dimming light. That's not real. But this has been a great week. There's been several instances of winning our week here, and I just wanted to bring you out here and show you my peaceful little sitting garden that I come out to in the mornings. Just got out of the shower. I tend to get up around 6. My wife gets up around 5:30, something like that, and makes coffee, and then wakes me up at 6, and there's coffee already made and ready to go. So first thing in the day, I get a cup of coffee. I get a giant Yeti full of coffee. Hey, look, it's Mike Adventure Sparks. So coffee starts early at my house. My wife is a saint, that's for sure. Mrs. winning the week. We used to call her Mrs. Escaping the Suburbs, Mets. But now she's... So plans for today, don't have any. Hey, it's a zebra butterfly. Hello, zebra butterfly. The Florida state butterfly, if you don't know. If you don't know, but I don't have plans for today. Do a little bit of work, and I think I might film a members only video. It's been a little while since I made a video that only the 99-cent members can see, so I might do something like that during the day today, just to encourage those folks and tell them thank you. I run this channel as a value for value operation, which means I don't take sponsors. I always turn down ads. I get all these sponsor offers. One came in yesterday, somebody wanting me to advertise some piece of software on the channel. And I just say no to those. I don't want to take ads, and I don't want to take sponsors if I can at all help it. This channel is fully self-sufficient, except for the help and donations of people like you. If you want to go to tipjar.winningtheweek.org, you can go and buy me a cup of coffee over there. If you feel like you get any value out of this video, you get any kind of positive impact in your life, you want to return some value back to me. If you get value, you want to return some value back to me, that's one way you can do it. But you could also become a member on YouTube. It does unlock some members-only videos and some members-only posts for you if you want to go look at that. But hello, Mr. Blue Jay. Did you smell the bird seeds from wherever you went? Wherever you're from? Go ahead. Oh, your friend is already here. I didn't see you. His friend is already enjoying the, I don't know how they smell it, man. You pour out a cup of birdseed, and within 10 minutes, they're all coming around. The crows, the doves, the blue jays, the cardinals, the finches, the shrikes. We got something called a shrike here, which looks like a mockingbird, but it's shorter and it's fatter and puffier. And my cardinals are getting really fat. I might be, maybe I'm giving them too much food, but they got to compete with everybody else. But my cardinals are doing really good. I got a male cardinal. And this is going to sound really weird, but there's 2 female cardinals. I don't know if this guy's just a playa and he's got a couple of wives. Much more likely, it's probably their daughter. I think that birds stay with their family for, I don't know, a period of months while they're growing up. But there's this male and 2 females that come around all the time, and they don't fight. They don't peck at each other. They're very friendly with each other. I've seen one female feeding another female. I've seen the male feeding one of the females. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, man. You know, don't ask, don't tell, right? But if it's rained, I don't water the garden in the mornings, and it has rained overnight, so I don't need to water anything. But if it hasn't rained, I will spot water with my water hose, because these marigolds are thirsty boys, man. Marigolds are thirsty flowers. You go 1 or 2 days without watering them, they start wilting. So I will touch base with you again sometime today here. It's the end of the week. This will be the last day we make videos for this week. This video is getting pretty long already, but hopefully you're just sitting back on your couch enjoying it, having a good time. Maybe you're having dinner and watching me during dinner. That's when we watch a lot of our favorite YouTuber during dinner. So hopefully you're kicking back enjoying this video in its entirety. And maybe I'll try to save some kind of special surprise for you at the end or something. Make it worth your while. We'll see. But I'm just going to go ahead and sit out here a little bit longer. Maybe turn the chair around so I can watch the birdies. And I will talk to you the next time I reach up and press record on this camera. Okay? All right. I will talk to you in a minute. Well, I think I'm going to call it a week. It is Friday afternoon now. Just finished a nice lunch. Made hamburgers. Have you ever had Everglades seasoning? Everglades seasoning, that's what I season the burgers with. Very good. And now I'm out for just a little walk. Just a little walk around the neighborhood after eating. Probably not a bad idea. I think the last thing I'm going to leave you with, I was thinking about this idea of confidence, the idea of self-confidence, right? It's very, being a self-confident person is related to being an optimistic person. I think they kind of go hand in hand. I think that optimistic people tend to be confident people, and self-confident people tend to be optimistic people. I'm not sure what the connection is there, but one thing, you know, I will tell you is that people like self-confident people a lot. I'm not talking about arrogant. I'm not talking about self-consumed. I'm not talking about egotistical people, but I am talking about people who have a quiet self-confidence that they carry around. It's very attractive to people. If you're dating or looking for a mate, being a self-confident person, it's number one thing you should be working on. And it's not something you're born with. Self-confidence is not something that comes naturally to people. It's something you work on. It's something you slowly learn and slowly improve about yourself. And I think a good way to do that is to focus on optimistic worldviews, optimistic outlooks. Because when you're optimistic about things, you feel like things are going better for yourself, and that makes you more confident in your future. So I don't know exactly how they're connected, but I don't know, leave me a comment if you think I'm completely off base on that one, but I think I'm right. But I'm gonna call this a week. I'm gonna say this is enough for this video. It's gotten quite long, but I thank you very much for hanging in with me. If you're still here watching, make sure you're subscribed. YouTube's been unsubscribing me from a lot of channels that I really like. For some reason, I don't know why YouTube's doing that. Why is it in their self-interest to unsubscribe people from channels that they've watched for years? I don't know. West End Plumbing, that's weird. Never really thought of my city as having a west end or an east end. We have a north end and a south end in my town. Whatever. All right, well, I'm gonna say adios to you. Thanks for hanging in here with me. I will see you guys next week. We will win again. And if you get a chance, don't forget to join me for the live stream next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you right here. Thanks for watching. I will see you later. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.